Good morning, students. Hi, I am Sashikant Das and I am going to teach you the computer subject. So, today we are going to see about the first chapter, that is computer software. So, a computer system consists of many parts working together. The physical parts of a computer, which we can see and touch, are collectively called hardware. The hardware of a computer cannot function on its own. It requires a set of instructions to perform a specific task. The set of instructions that directs a computer hardware to perform a specific task is called your software. Software cannot be seen or touched. Now we will going to see the types of the computer software. So, types of computer software. Computer software can be broadly classified into two categories. First is your system software, second is your application software. So, here under your system software, operating system, utility software and language processor will come. So, first we will see what is system software. System software refers to programs that are developed to control and manage the operation of a computer system. It can be classified into three categories. First is your operating system, second is your utility software and third is your language processor. Okay, are you getting? The first is your operating system, second is your utility software and third is your language processor. So let us first discuss about the operating system. An operating system is the basic software installed in a computer. It controls the way a computer works for the time it is turned on till it is shut down. A computer is useless without an operating system. It manages all the other software installed in a computer. It serves as an interface between the user and the computer. Okay, now let us see some function of our computer or operating system. Okay, the main function of an operating systems are: first, it controls the working of all hardware devices connected to a computer. It provides an environment for other software to be installed and executed. It manages various resources of the computer system such as memory, microprocessor and storage. It enables you to organize your work in form of files and folders. It manages access to the computer and provides security measures to safeguard your data. Here we are going to see some of the example of your operating system such as your Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Ubuntu. Okay, many examples are there, many OS are there used nowadays in market. You can go for anyone. Okay, so these are the some example or the main function of the operating system which is helping us to operate the computer. Okay, without operating system we can't able to operate our system. Now we will going to see about the utility software. What is utility software? Let us see. A utility software is a system software that enables a computer to work efficiently and perform its task better. Some example of utility softwares are antivirus software, disk defragmenter software, third is your backup software, compression software and your language processor. These are the some utility software. So how it works, let us see. First we are going to discuss about antivirus. A virus is a computer program that can be disturb the smooth functioning of a computer. It can harm the data or various viruses programs in a computer. An antivirus software is a utility software that protects the computer against harmful virus attacks. It scans the hard disk and external media attached to the computer for viruses and removes them. Okay, this is called antivirus. Let's see some example or some viruses or antiviruses which is available in the market. First is your Norton Security, then your McAfee Total Protection, AVG Internet Security and Avira. These are the some example of your antiviruses which is available in your market. So why antivirus is important? As I told you, if you will feel sick or ill, you need medicines, you need antibiotic, then only you will get well. That's why the same thing with the computer. When you are using a computer, you need antivirus, because of the viruses the computers become slow, it won't function very smoothly. That's why you need antivirus for the functioning of your smooth functioning of your computer, and it will protect your data, and no viruses will affect your computer. You will not going to lose your data. So antivirus is very essential for your computer. So you need to use antiviruses if you are using operating system or computer. Okay, are you getting me? If you are having any kind of doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, students, are you getting me? Good. Now let us see about the disk defragmenter software. Okay. An operating system, while saving files, break them into parts and save them at different locations on a disk. This may slow down the speed at which data can be accessed from such files. A disk defragmenter software combines all the parts of a file and place them at the one place on the disk. This helps in faster loading of a file in a memory. Defragler, Disk Keeper, and MyDefrag are some example of your disk defragment software. Okay, so this is the work of your disk defragmenter software. What is the work? It will break the files into different. Whenever you are saving any file, the operating system will break the files into small parts, but when you need it, it is very difficult to collect at a time. So what will happen? The defragment software, it will help you to combine the data and place the files in one location so that the user can use it very easily, and they can get their file easily and they can use it. Okay, a few example of this defragmenter software are Defragler, your Disk Keeper, and your MyDefrag. These are the some example of your defragment software. Now we will see about the backup software. A backup software enables you to make a duplicate copy of the data from a hard disk onto another storage device such as DVD, pen drive, or your NAS. It ensures that your data is not permanently lost in case of a system crash or virus attack. Okay, are you getting what the backup software will do? It will ensure that the data will not permanently lose in case of your any system crash or virus attack. So what it will do? It will store your data in external devices like your DVD, pen drive, so that it will be secure. Whenever you need, you can use it. That is called your backup software. Let's see some example of your backup softwares are your Acronis True Image, Nava Backup, and your Norton Ghost are the some example of your backup software. So many backup softwares are available in your market. Whatever you need according to your budget, you can go for it. Okay, so that you can save your files, your information, your data, so you can use that in your future. Okay, now let's see about the compression software. A compression software compresses large file into small size file. It helps create free space on a storage device. Okay, what is the work of compression software? It will compress the larger files so that it will make space for you in your storage device. You know, sometimes we need to upload some videos in YouTube or in WhatsApp, but at that time that file size will be too large. So what we need to do? We need to compress the size at that time, then only we can upload it. Yes or no? So for such a situation, we need the compression softwares. Are you getting me? Good. So let's see some example of your compression software. First, WinZip, WinRAR, and your 7-zip are some example of your compression software. Many others compression softwares are also available in internet. You can search and you can get it. So this is the example of your compression software. It is very useful whenever you are having very low storage space. Okay, now we will see language processor. Most software are written in high level languages such as your C++, Java or Visual Basic. But a computer understands only machine language in the form of bits, like for example 0 and 1. A language processor is a system software that convert a high level language program into machine language program. Okay, are you getting what is the work of your language processor? It will convert the high level language into your machine language. As we know that computer only knows machine language, it don't know any other language. So whenever you want to convert your language, you need a processor, that is called your language processor. Okay, here some example of your language processors are compiler, interpreter and your assembler are the some example of your language processors. Okay, getting? So here we will conclude today, and in next class we are going to see about your application software. Till then you just take care and stay safe. Don't go anywhere. Okay, bye.